it's not that it's gonna be chaos out there, right? It's just most kids that like I have a higher level of expectation than most coaches. That's just how I am. So a lot of kids ain't used to operating at that level of expectancy. Most kids are all like, oh, go out there, get him, little Johnny. It's okay, it's all right. But it's like I don't coddle kids, so it's like, yeah, I don't do that. And like for me, like I got enough stuff going on. I like okay, yeah, I love to coach, but like there's a reason I'm out here coaching. Like I'm not coming out here to lose, and I'm not coming out here to like be your best friend. I like the expectancy is for me to get results. I can't get results if I'm your best friend. Like there has to be an established level of expectancy. So hey, these are the goals. This is what it's going to take to get there. This is what I expect out of you. Most people or a lot of coaches don't do that with the kids. So the kids come out and they just like, we just out here to have fun. Like if we got 120 kids out there, I don't need you wasting my time. I don't need you wasting their time either, because we got to break this stuff up into groups. And if you holding up other groups, then practice is going to take 5 hours, man. Like we don't got that kind of time. We got to get stuff done. So we got to go. And then and then when you win, like a lot of people want to be on the team. Like after you win a championship, I'm be on the team. I'm trying to get me a free ring. But it don't work like that. They don't understand like the work that goes into getting a ring. And shoot, like we'll start off with a ton of people. Then by that second or third week, after you run them down 7, 8, 300, hey, this ain't for me. Coach, I thought this is what I want, but this ain't what I want. Like when it come down time to grind and put in work, everybody ain't putting in that work, man. So that's why I be telling y'all, man, everybody shouldn't be able to hold up the trophy with y'all, man. And like everybody shouldn't have that access because everybody didn't put in the work. Everybody want to come when you holding up the trophy, but nobody want to come when you building the trophy. You building the trophy in practice. All them times you sweating and throwing up and crying and then, hey, my damn legs shaking because the damn workout was so hard. Like everybody can't, and everybody won't do that. But everybody want to be at the finish line. Yo, I helped out. I helped build the team and I did this and that. Like, you what? No, you wasn't. You was not there. Like, so how you gonna, you should not be allowed to help me celebrate if you wasn't out there with us doing this stuff, man. So like when you building a team, you out there with your teammates, and like that's where you build them bonds at. That's where you build that camaraderie at. What they call in the trenches. Like you out there fighting with your teammates. Like y'all, a really good team. Y'all out there battling each other every day because iron sharpens iron. Y'all making each other better. So when somebody from outside that circle tries to come in and celebrate with y'all, nah, fam, hey, you gotta go over there. We all built this over here. Like, why are you coming in at the end trying to share in the glory on something that you didn't help build? But nowadays, like everybody want to be friends with everybody. Oh yeah, you could come celebrate with us. You could come be on the team. Like, no, you cannot. So we established that early. Like, nah, man, if you're not gonna be with us, like from beginning to end, don't try to come back at the end. Don't get on the podium with get out of here. Ain't no space up here. Ain't no space. But a lot of coaches, or from what I've seen, like most people don't establish that level of expectancy from the beginning. Like they try to they try to be like the nice, cool coach, like kind of coddle them at the beginning, and then like as the season goes on, then try to become that hardcore coach or that coach that's like, oh, we got to do this and we got to do that. Like the kids won't respond when you do that stuff, man, because they know it's disingenuous. But if you establish that from the beginning, like, look, these are the goals. Like, all right, we trying to win. Well, we trying to win the state championship, but this is what it's going to take. It's going to be some hard days. It's going to be some days where you crying. It's going to be some easy days, but most of the time it's going to be hard because it's a certain level of work ethic and a certain level of accountability that I have to put on y'all to get you where you want to be. If you want to win the state championship or whatever kind of championship, there's a certain level of expectancy that I'm going to put on you. And if you're not willing to do that, you're not going to win. Right? So as the season progresses, then you remind them of that conversation y'all had. Look, we talked about this. This is what y'all want, right? This is what we got to do. This is the hard day that I talked about earlier in the season. So they expect that. But if you're not telling them what the roadmap is or what the goal is, they're gonna be like, hey, we doing this stuff for nothing. Because sometimes it's hard to see it at the end of, like during the season. Like when you like in it every day, you ain't had a meet in maybe like 1 to 2 weeks or something, or a game or whatever it is. And you like, damn, man, like, why the hell are we doing this? But then when you get to a meet and you hit them PRs or you close to your PR, you be like, okay, this is exactly where we want to be at this time of the season. They're like, okay, that's why we working hard like that. Or if you got a coach that explains that to you, then you're like, okay, I'm going to trust the process. Like, I know trust the process sounds cliche, but if you got a coach that knows what they're doing, that kind of like builds that roadmap out for you, if you trust him or her and you trust that process, like, you'll see what they're talking about, because you'll get like kind of confirmations throughout the season, or like in practice, like you'll hit the range, or like you'll get to a track meet and hit the range or whatever it is. And then as the season progresses, you're like, all right, this is what coach was talking about. But everybody don't do that. Everybody don't coach like that. That like coaching is an art, man. It's an art. Just like any other artist, like artist who paints, artist who draws, is no different, right? It's about knowing when to apply pressure, right? So as an artist, you got to apply certain types of pressure when you want certain shadows or whatever to show up in whatever you painting or whatever you draw, right? So as a coach, you have to know when to apply that pressure to your athletes. If they having a bad week, I got to lessen the pressure. If they having a good week, they hitting ranges, they still doing good, you feel like you could push them a little harder, add a little bit more pressure. Same thing. Got to know when to pull back, when to push on, because that's what the end result is. And sometimes you paint the masterpiece, sometimes you got to scrap it and start over. But it's all a learning process. And after a while, you get it. Like you start, like it becomes second nature. So artists isn't going to be the same artist that they were 5 years ago. So they start learning, like, okay, I know when to apply pressure on this. I know I've done this before, so the shadow's going to show up better here. I've done this with this athlete before, and this was the result. So I know at this time of the year, I have to apply this pressure. And then it comes to get the same result or even better result. So the stuff I learned over the years with other athletes, I can apply to him, and it starts making him a better athlete at a younger age. So then we can start that progression sooner with him. And then the stuff I learned with him, then I can add it to somebody else who comes along later, make them better athletes. Right? Same thing.